Like this, dude?
No, I was picturing something like a little bit more subtle, a little higher, maybe a little bit warmer.
Got it.
Just raise that light up a bit more.
Daring community effort, how Malibu residents handled the remains of a young gray whale that washed ashore.
And a standstill for commuters and businesses. Multiple rock slides continue to snarl PCH traffic. The update from Caltrans on when they expect to clear the roads.
Plus, another possible slowdown for your commute as a major project looks to protect wildlife.
What we're really trying to do is make them fall in love with swimming.
And swimming into spring, how 2 swim teams in town are moving forward.
Malibu's only live newscast. This is NewsWaves 32, live.
Back out to sea, Little Doom residents take action after a young gray whale beached itself. Good evening, I'm Nora Moriarty.
And I'm Abby Wild. Welcome to NewsWaves on this Tuesday, March 19th. Starting off with news of remains of that whale, NewsWaves 32 reporter Gabrielle Salgado is live with an update. Gabrielle, what are you hearing?
Yes, I'm up the coast at Zuma Beach. We're just a few miles away. The young gray whale washed ashore this weekend. The whale is located between Point Doom and Paradise Cove, a location only accessible by foot. Yesterday, Little Doom residents took matters into their own hands and pulled the whale back out to sea. Take a look at this video we received this afternoon from a KNX reporter. Emily Valdez told NewsWaves she watched as residents pulled together to charter a boat to pull the remains of the whale back out to sea. Before the whale was removed, wildlife experts investigated its cause of death. The California Wildlife Center is searching for answers to explain the death of a beached gray whale at Little Doom Beach. Homeowners in the area spotted the whale in distress Saturday morning.
And at that time, we didn't know, and nobody knew if it was dead or alive.
The CWC says the male whale appeared to be slightly underweight and not yet fully grown, making the death heavier for some locals.
They're just incredible creatures, so to see one, probably it was in distress and now it's dead, it's sad.
After learning of the whale Saturday morning, the CWC sent a team to assess the condition of the marine mammal. The team returned Sunday when the whale was safer to approach to collect samples.
We're going to take our numbers and our data and share it with the appropriate scientists and the community at large.
The organization is also using the moment to educate.
Doing a combination of educating the public, keeping people safe, but making them understand the power of the ocean and this animal.
In a press release, the CWC said the whale died midday Saturday from potential cranial trauma of an unknown origin and did not show any signs of entanglement.
And it had no huge gross injuries, so we can rule out things like predator wounds or entanglement.
While seeing marine life is common for Malibu residents, the beached whale is a first for many.
Well, this is the first time we've seen a whale here on the beach.
The CWC believes the whale was migrating from the Baja Peninsula to Alaskan waters. I hiked out there this weekend and Malibu residents were stunned by the sight. And we're only in March, and this is the third gray whale beached in Southern California this year. As for where the whale is now, after a failed attempt a few years ago with another whale, we are told that Malibu residents pulled the whale to a location where they are confident it will not wash back ashore. Back to you in the studio.
That's very sad to hear, but thank you, Gabrielle, for that reporting. There's still no easy way to get in or out of Malibu at the eastern end of town. NewsWaves 32 reporter Joe Allgood joins us live from Topanga Canyon, one of the roads still blocked by a rock slide. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm here at Topanga Canyon. As you can see behind me, it is closed at this end, and the locals have been feeling the effects.
Slippery slopes, rock slides in Malibu continue to fall, affecting residents, commuters, and business owners.
It just gets super saturated and just...
Resident of over 40 years and owner of Topanga Art and Tile along Topanga Canyon Boulevard, Matt Doolin, says that while he is enjoying the quiet from blocked access, it hasn't been the best for business.
In some ways, it's a blessing. We love it. I love it. But at the same time, business is not loving it.
Jane Hoover, owner of Topanga Homegrown, echoes the same sentiment.
I like the peace and quiet, but it doesn't help my business.
Many business owners in Topanga have taken time off, closing their stores since the landslide on March 10th.
Caltrans doesn't have an update on when this road will be open or at the Big Rock intersection. Traffic is backed up all the way to this intersection here, and they will be hosting a forum at tomorrow's Topanga Town Council meeting at 6 p.m. at the Topanga Town Library. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Joe. We just cannot catch a break around here with those roads. And while we're on the road topic, we are learning more information on last week's PCH crash. One woman in her 20s is dead after losing control of her vehicle Thursday night. The crash happened near Leo Carrillo State Beach. The woman was driving northbound and crossed the center line, then struck a parked car, then hit a power pole and drove off an embankment. She was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. This woman is the 60th person to die on PCH due to reckless driving since 2010.
A safety alert issued in Santa Monica. Santa Monica police are looking for this man after an alarming sex attack. Investigators say the man pulled down his pants and grabbed a woman from behind. She was waiting for a ride near Ocean Park Boulevard and 17th Street on the evening of March 1st. The woman was able to break free and call police. Surveillance footage shows the suspect fleeing the scene. The SMPD is urging anyone with information about the incident to contact them at the number on your screen.
And a big leap in financing for the construction of Cross Creek Ranch, the retail and office space going in next to the Country Mart. Torchlight investors gave a $135 million loan to refinance the project. The 5-year loan replaces a $130 million loan that was provided in 2021 by Related Fund Management. Cross Creek Ranch will be 122,000 square foot property, the largest development approved in Malibu since 1991. The development is set to open this year, though no tenants have been announced yet.
A real estate group is planning a new luxury hospitality development across from Pepperdine. The proposed Malibu Canyon Resort will span over 100,000 square feet, including a meditation room, health club, and spa. This comes after a failed attempt to create a luxury high-end cemetery on the lot. But the real estate group is still facing pushback from the city and residents. Weintraub Real Estate Group is also responsible for multiple luxury residential developments and the Calabasas Cambria Hotel.
A new landscaping project is in the works at Malibu Bluffs Park. The city placed 4 fossil rocks next to the park's baseball field. The rocks came from the Santa Monica Mountains near the Stunt Ranch overlook. The city says the rocks are approximately 30 years old and serve as a unique filler between the road and a new walkway which will be paved leading to the park's parking lot. A water quality warning in effect for some local beaches. Plus,
I'm just happy to be the coach, but it's really been the community that's driven this team.
And a tale of 2 teams. The swim community comes together to share the pool.
And big changes in store for the Santa Monica Pier. How new investors plan to upgrade the pier's attractions.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book could be the first that'll make helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back. A community divided over scheduling conflicts at the local pool finds resolve.
NewsWaves 32 reporter Zoe Hunt spoke with the Malibu Marlins about the future of their team. Zoe, what can you tell us?
Thank you, Abby. The local swim club, the Malibu Marlins, are making waves through the community as kids, parents, and coaches come together to advocate for their new team. I spoke with their head coach and parents to hear about how things have recently changed for the team. Take a look. After months of struggling to stay afloat, with limited lanes and difficult swim practice times, the Malibu Marlins have resumed practices with Coach Eric Ron.
I'm just the coach, so I'm just flattered that I'm part of this whole thing.
After being fired from the Seawolves, another Malibu swim club, Ron is now the head coach of the newly formed Marlins, receiving support from both kids and parents in the community.
All the kids love Eric. There was a really close bond between the kids and Eric, and he makes swimming fun.
For Robert Brinkman's 12-year-old daughter, rallying behind Coach Eric was worth it, even if it meant the only time she could practice was far from ideal.
For a 12-year-old girl, or many girls, to get up at 5:30 in the morning to make a 6:30 a.m. pool time, they have to be highly, highly motivated.
Early mornings were the only open time for the Marlins. The larger club team had to compete with the Seawolves for pool time and space. But as of a week ago, the city has granted the Marlins adequate practice time. Brinkman says everything changed when both parents and kids took their concerns to the city council.
It was just such a surprise to have somebody actually listen to us after all this time.
Ron says tension between the two teams is lifting and easing now that they are able to effectively share the pool.
We still have quite a ways to go, but there's nothing but mutual respect and love. There can be more than one team in any place.
The two teams have found ways to work together.
We get along with them. We give them lanes if they need one. They give us lanes if we need one. It's very collegiate and very friendly.
At the end of the day, Ron says it was the community that kept the Marlins afloat.
For 8-9 months, this community was just in arms. The parents reached out. They called me pretty much every single day. They said, let's do something.
The team plans to keep this spirit as they move forward.
All we ever wanted was for the community to have a choice, for the community to have a voice, and we're still struggling to make that all happen, but we're on our way.
The Marlins expect to continue to grow their size and their competitive level. And in less than an hour, the Malibu Park and Rec Commission is meeting to discuss the swim team's independent contract review.
Thank you, Zoe, for that reporting. That is such a sweet story, and I'm so glad that they're able to share that pool. I was a competitive swimmer myself growing up, and I know the challenges of sharing a pool. It can be hard, especially when you have those early morning practices the next morning and you're that little. It's definitely a challenge.
And it's super cold, too.
And it's cold,
Yeah.
yes.
Really
yes.
impressive to see kids staying up all night with those city council meetings just to wake up and go to 6:30 a.m. practice.
Yeah, those are some motivated students.
Definitely.
Dedicated. Well, thank you very much, Zoe.
On this first day of spring, the pool is the place to be.
But not some of our local beaches. Mary, what can you tell us about the forecast?
That's right, Abby. The sunshine is here, but there are several water quality alerts at local beaches. The Department of Public Health has issued a warning to beachgoers to avoid certain beaches due to high levels of bacteria. This video is of Coral Beach, which is not contaminated by bacteria, but beaches with warnings include the following areas: Santa Monica Pier, Santa Monica Canyon Creek, Escondido Creek, Sweetwater Canyon Storm Drain, Mother's Beach at Marina Beach, and Hernando Street Storm Drain. Warnings have been lifted for Paradise Cove and Cabrillo Beach as water quality levels now meet state standards. The first day of spring is bringing chilly temperatures. Today, we have clear skies with a high of 75 degrees and a low of 57 degrees. Wind speeds are around 6 miles per hour right now, and the Santa Ana winds will continue to pick up through the week, reaching around 20 miles per hour this weekend. Taking a look inland, Thousand Oaks and Agora Hills are also getting some sun this week, with temperatures reaching the mid-70s. We will also see these conditions in Calabasas as well as Santa Monica, with their highs in the low 70s and lows in the low 50s. Due to high humidity, the fire risk is very low this week, and the surf is looking fair today, with waves reaching 2 to 3 feet high. The waves are looking pretty glassy right now, but pay close attention to your local beaches as bacteria warnings are still in place. For the rest of this week, we will see clear to partly cloudy skies with high wind. Temperatures will stay around the low 60s, but be prepared for strong winds this weekend, as well as morning showers on Saturday. So get out and enjoy this spring weather, but remember to stay out of the water.
Thank you, Mary, for that report. I love the spring, but I'm a little bummed here. It's gonna be a little windy. We're gonna have to be careful out there.
So it's ponytail weather again, I'm assuming.
It is ponytail weather again. Gusts are gonna get up to around 20 miles per hour this weekend, so we gotta be prepared.
Yeah. Hang on.
Hang on. SMM USD is discussing a potential smartphone policy for students. Grant Elementary School hosted a town hall last week to discuss technology in the classroom. SMM USD proposed a plan to have strict guidelines for school-owned computers with protection measures, like having someone on staff supervising computers at all times. They also discussed restricting personal devices at school with a program called Away for the Day to keep students present and off screens. SMM USD agreed to take the findings at the town hall to the next school board meeting.
A new chapter for the cherished Santa Monica Pier amusement park. The park has new owners looking to preserve its history but revamp its entertainment and food offerings. The SC Holdings Investment Group says it will put $10 million into the park over the next 5 years. The CEOs of the second largest amusement park in the world and Shake Shack are on the advisory board. So, Abby, here's a reason to visit the pier. This Thursday, they're hosting a locals night, which is going to have a vintage car show and a silent disco. Never been to a silent disco, but I think it's a bucket list item for sure.
I have not been to a silent disco either, but I do know Malibu residents are very passionate about their old cars. So
Yes,
I bet this will bring out a lot of people, and what a great way to get the community all out and together for the weekend.
The new owners knew what they were doing.
And a milestone in the construction of the world's largest wildlife crossing, but it also means a possible setback for drivers on the 101 freeway.
Plus, a seamless transition. Meet the team dedicating their time and knowledge to ensure that the crossing is a perfect extension of the natural environment in the area.
And the Easter Bunny is coming to town. Santa Monica promises a hopping weekend.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Got a quarter?
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
In today's Sustaining Malibu, we explore one of the groups involved with the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing.
Sahana, what can you tell us about this green side of things?
Nora, the wildlife crossing over Highway 101 will welcome both flora and fauna. Reporter Caroline Kimball spoke with a local nursery about their landscaping project atop the highway.
If nothing would have been done, within 50 years, the Santa Monica mountain lion would be extinct.
There's a solution to this dire prediction. The Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing, the largest in the world, is being built over Highway 101 to allow safe passage for cougars and other native species. But to get cougars and other wildlife to use the freeway bridge, a special team of people are carefully planning the landscaping.
This is like a giant green roof over top of the freeway.
Robert Rock is part of the team growing native plants for the wildlife crossing. By this time next year, the crossing will be covered in soil.
So this is part of that process. It's very labor intensive, working with your hands.
The nursery is cultivating soil harvested near the crossing with mushroom spores.
Look at those.
This is so soil on the bridge will match the surrounding areas and keep out invasive plants.
Reasserting nature's presence back on these areas.
After the soil is in place, nursery manager Catherine Pacraduni says the nursery has collected around 90 species of native plants to be placed atop the crossing.
But we have the seeds in these alphabetized bags, and so all of the seed collections of over 1 million seeds we've collected already.
The nursery was created specifically for the crossing to grow over 5,000 plants from seed to sprout.
If you'll look right here, the seeds are first planted in these super shallow pots, and once the root systems exceed the size, they're moved into these medium containers, and from there they're transferred into large containers with plenty of space grown down here on this lower tier, almost ready to be moved to the crossing.
Once there, the idea is that animals will be drawn to the native turf.
If you build it, they will come. If you plant it, they will come. They will use it for shelter. They will use it for food.
12 U.S. states have wildlife crossings in place, and they have been proven to decrease traffic strikes. The Annenberg crossing is unique because native plants will be even more enticing to wildlife.
The animals are very, very familiar with them and have relied on them for their food source for millennia.
The Cougar Conservancy says the bridge flows from the native landscape and will increase biodiversity in local species.
We're seeing some inbreeding problems with mountain lions right now, so we need to be able to get them to meet some new ladies.
And it's not just mountain lions.
It's supporting deer, it's supporting squirrels, it's supporting lizards, butterflies, insects, grubs, beetles, and then down to the microorganisms in the soil.
Protecting native plants has been a lifetime passion for Catherine, who has created several local nurseries from scratch.
Being able to help restore ecology, being able to support habitat and allow for all sorts of life to re-enter a space where we've pushed them away.
Even though the nursery's work will wrap up after the Wallace-Annenberg Bridge is completed, their vision doesn't have to end there.
The hope is that this isn't the only project doing this, but that other projects are able to benefit from this knowledge base and expand that to other locations as well.
That was Caroline Kimball reporting. The bridge will be named the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing after a philanthropist who donated $25 million to the project. It is expected to be completed by 2025. So have you guys seen the bridge before, like in the making?
I haven't, but we've done a lot of stories on it here at NewsWaves since like 2021 or 2022, I believe. So we've known about it for a while.
Yeah, it's exciting. It'll be open in a couple of years here. It'll be a big day when that happens.
Next year.
But thank you, Sahana.
Thanks, Sahana.
And due to that project, Highway 101 near Agora Hills may be shut down overnight starting next month. The closure will happen one direction at a time in order for crews to place concrete walls for the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing. Construction started 2 years ago for the animal crossing over the 10 freeway. The bridge will be the world's largest urban wildlife crossing.
Spring wildflowers are blooming, making for spectacular sights on the trails. This weekend, the city hosted a hike at Charmley Wilderness Park. Hikers learned about the unique plants and wildlife native to the Santa Monica Mountains. It was one of many wildflower hikes happening this spring. The next one is scheduled for Saturday, May 4th. You can register on malibucity.org/register.
Spring is officially here and the entertainment world is buzzing. Claire, what can you tell us?
Well, there is a lot going on, Abby. Former James Bond actor and Malibu resident pleads guilty to trespassing. Pierce Brosnan admitted to trespassing in a dangerous area at Yellowstone National Park. The actor posted an Instagram photo of himself walking through the hot spring in November. Yellowstone National Park officials say the ground in this area is thin and dangerous to walk on. Brosnan wrote on his Instagram page that he made an impulsive mistake, one that he does not take lightly. The park fined him $500 and ordered him to pay a $1,000 community service payment. Kick off the first day of spring with classical music. The Wind Ensemble is made up of Pepperdine's own wind, brass, and percussion students. Ranging from traditional to contemporary works, the production has music for everyone's ears. The ensemble will perform tonight at 7:30 p.m. in Smothers Theater and is directed by Bradley Mahler, a previous member of the Disneyland Band. Tickets are free, open to the public, and no reservation is required. Hop down to Santa Monica this weekend for an early Easter celebration. Downtown Santa Monica will host games, music, fun, and photos with the Easter Bunny this Sunday, March 24th. The first 200 kids to attend will also get a surprise treat. Festivities will take place from noon until 4 p.m. on 3rd Street Promenade between Arizona Avenue and Wilshire Boulevard. Tickets are free, but a reservation is required and can be made on Eventbrite.com.
That is such a fun event. Easter is my all-time favorite holiday, so I'm loving all these Easter celebrations. It's so cute.
You know, I agree, and I know I'm not a kid anymore, but I'm curious to know what that special treat's going to be, so I might just have to hop down to Santa Monica myself. Yeah.
Don't hop too quick, because I heard it was going to be windy, so you might blow away. You don't want that. Pepperdine sports are winning in national polls.
And did you see it? The streak that lit up the sky across several states.
Say with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. Unearth hidden passion. So mama, have a good time. One book can be the first that'll helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
It is officially time to bring out your brackets. March Madness is here, and so is Jenna. Jenna, what can you tell us about March Madness?
Thank you, guys. For all the college basketball fans out there, March Madness is finally underway. On Sunday, the 68 teams selected for the NCAA March Madness tournament were announced. 5-seed San Diego State, who went all the way to the championships last year, and 15-seed Long Beach State will be representing Southern California. Just 5 days before Long Beach State's first conference tournament game, it was announced that their head coach of 17 seasons was being let go.
And Long Beach State does the improbable.
Despite this major change, the team went on to win the tournament and punch their ticket to the postseason. Representing the WCC conference will be 5-seed St. Mary's and 5-seed Gonzaga. Round 1 of the tournament begins Thursday. And the blue and orange Waves are climbing the national polls. 3 of Pepperdine's spring sports are currently ranked top 10 in the nation. Women's tennis sits number 4 in the nation after Sunday's win against number 12 Cal, and next they'll face USC Saturday at home. And the men's volleyball team is currently on a 6-game winning streak and ranked number 9 in the nation. They'll take on number 6 BYU this Friday and Saturday at home. And finally, women's golf is ranked number 9 in the nation after a first-place finish last Tuesday at the Silicon Valley Showcase. And when you watch live streams for your favorite sports teams, do you ever wonder what goes into production? Catherine Lytle goes behind the scenes with the Waves media team.
While watching your favorite Pepperdine Waves sports teams on a device or on TV, you may have wondered what goes on behind the scenes. The Assistant Director of Digital Strategy and Broadcast knows this firsthand.
Making sure that we have any type of, video recordings that we need to kind of do before the games, all that kind of stuff. So sometimes we'll pre-record interviews or opens with some of our play-by-play or, reporters.
There's even stuff to do well before the game begins.
They're here usually 3 to 4 hours before game days start.
There is another key person who makes the live broadcasts go smoothly.
And usually the director's like the main brain of the broadcast, so he'll decide, whether he wants to cut to one camera, go to the other. He'll tell some of the camera people if he wants to kind of do a close-up of a certain player.
Many viewers don't realize what is going on behind the scenes.
Definitely just a lot of moving pieces as far as who to talk to and who to tell to do what.
As you can see, there are a lot of moving pieces behind the scenes, and this was just a peek into what a broadcast director does.
It's a really awesome story. I think we can see a little bit of that here behind the scenes at NewsWaves too.
Yes,
our
so
directors and our producers and everyone behind the scenes does so much.
Definitely looks so much different on the other end of things. It's really interesting to have this perspective.
It is. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Jenna.
Thank you, guys.
We have answers about the glowing orb you may have seen in last night's sky. SpaceX launched a rocket around 7:30 p.m. from Vandenberg Space Force Base in Santa Barbara County. The remnants of the launch were seen across the western U.S., from Malibu all the way to Phoenix, Arizona. The rocket, called Falcon 9, deployed 23 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit. These provide internet service to remote locations on Earth. This marks the 10th mission for the Falcon 9 and the 26th mission for SpaceX.
I did not see that last night. I was in class all day, but it was all over Instagram. It was like all I was seeing.
Yeah, I was trapped in a building. I did not see it, but I kind of wish I did.
Me too.
A rocket launch? It's kind of cool.
I think we missed history.
I know.
Yeah.
Too bad. That will do it for us this evening.
This is our last regular show of the semester, but join us April 9th for our Spring NewsWaves special. Have a great night.
That I want to explore in my film is just kind of to rethink love. I think a lot of my peers kind of have a messed up view of love. Maybe it's just me being a hopeless romantic, but I think that a lot of times people kind of settle instead of waiting for the right thing to come their way. And I think that just being patient, the universe will kind of send you who you're meant to be with, and kind of like that twin flame, somebody that you can spend the rest of your life with.